coaches and black belts in the organization. His game and general approach to jiu-jitsu is one of the ones I admire the most, and I've learned the most from over the years, just trying to model how he approaches the art. So it's great to have him here. So
this is like what I wish someone would have told me about jiu-jitsu earlier. You have like primary, which is to say fundamentals, and then what I'm going to call, I was thinking necessary evils. I don't think they're evil. Primary I would call defense, and a necessary evil is all your escape techniques. I call them, I mean, of course they're necessary, but I call them evil because, you know, if you're using them, you're making mistakes, and or someone's a lot better than you. I want to talk about base versus balance. I think this is a perfect, when you have analogies on standardized tests and stuff. Defense, as I see it, is largely posture and position, and escapes are techniques. You could call this, you know, the trunk versus the branches. And, you know, like a lot of people, especially in the lower belts, and especially if they haven't had this really explained to them, including me, it took me a long time to figure this out, don't distinguish between base and balance. And I think base is, you know, what you should always be in or trying to return to, and it can be taught to anyone. And balance is like a little bit more like speed, power, flexibility, coordination, all these things. So if your base is broken, you must rely on balance, right? You have to. You don't just say, oh, you broke my base, I'm getting swept. I post on my head and try to do a cartwheel and not get swept. I do all kinds of crazy things. But that's not primary. It's a kind of necessary evil. Base, you know, is how you take care of everything else, and it's what you should be doing. Defense, there's the postures that Coach Amanda was teaching, the postures that you all know. Those are primary. Today we're going to start here. This is prevention, and I'll talk about what that means. This is insurance. Okay, if you're responsible, you probably have auto insurance. You might have fire insurance. You might have life insurance. If I get fire insurance, that doesn't mean I'm now cool if my house burns down. It's okay, I have fire insurance. My house can burn down. If I have life insurance, then I can die. My wife will get all this money. It's cool, now I can die because I have insurance. And having escapes doesn't mean it's cool to get caught in an arm. If I give Kane my neck, no matter what escapes I know, 90% he's going to tap me, 10% I'm going to get away. Best case scenario. This is jiu-jitsu, but this is almost life, right? If Steve you go next. If I just try to smash Steve, his underhook is a great thing. You know, he gets an underhook here, and I'm not being jiu-jitsu here. I'm being kind of dumb. I'm not acknowledging his moves, and I'm just trying to force my moves. And no matter how hard I press him, if he's got good technique, he's going to work his way out and probably wind up on my back, right? So the underhook is right in a certain position. And this goes back to what Coach Chris was saying about the guard and the mount and thinking three-dimensionally. And I think as a white belt, you have so few moves. It's like there's this, let's say it's this gym, right? And as a white belt, sometimes you're looking at the gym through a keyhole. And you think you see the gym, but all you see is kimura or guillotine. And it's not your fault, that's all you can see. And as the belts, or not even belt, but mat time goes, the hole gets bigger. You can see more and more and more. Until eventually, it's not even what you see. You should kind of have a three-dimensional understanding of jiu-jitsu. Not here, but not only here either. You know, what's behind you, what's going to happen after you invert, all these things. It should be kind of three-dimensional. So here, what happens is Steve's doing the right thing, and he's coming up, and I'm doing the wrong thing by trying to smash him, and he comes up. That's pretty good for him. What happens as you go up, though, is Steve starts coming up like that, and I'm falling back in oval clock, right? Steve starts coming up like that, and I'm going to guillotine. Yep. And so it's wrong. He's got to suck everything back in, right? And I think that most people know. But where people get confused is this point at 12 o'clock. Like it could be down here too, but we're going to go over the head. what's right on one half of the body becomes wrong the second I get 1 degree past 12 o'clock. So better guys, I mean, some guys are just going to throw the omoplata and throw the guillotine, but as Steve comes up and he feels my weight go here, he's going to suck his elbow, and I'm not going to get that omoplata, right? So more likely what happens is he's coming and I'm coming here over his head. And then he's up, because what he wanted was maximum extension when I was on the near side. When I go to the far side, this is maximum exposure, and now I have it. Okay, so the first drill we have to do is recognizing the feel of someone passing over your head. And like Coach Chris said, you can do this with your eyes closed. It's just feeling. So as Steve comes over my head, this extension is good, but as he comes over my head, it's bad, right? He's gonna start looking for the kimura here, boom, I'm gonna get in trouble. So let's just, he's don't even block here. Just yeah. You can cross face me, but let me under it. And as I come out, just walk around my head and wrap my arm. And he can do kimura here, he can do straight arm right. Either one. Okay. So that's recognizing when you have to go from maximum extension to maximum retraction. So I'm going from here to here, and I'm just going to put a thumbless grip, a monkey hook, an upside down monkey hook on his tricep. So from here, Steve's going to walk around my head and come here. And go on the other side. He's going to walk around my head and suck everything. My elbow comes in, and I just hook his tricep. He's going to wrap it up right here. Just wrap it right here. Just stay up over my head. Just right here. I just want you guys to freeze here. This is fun. You're not going to be able to stop the wrap, and you don't care about the wrap.